Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to return to Mission Souls, the family band from the Philippines. I've probably already seen about a half dozen times almost. Maybe this is the sixth time. But we're going to take a look at Bad Medicine today, a Bon Jovi cover. Now, fun fact, I never got into Bon Jovi. I don't think Adrian did either. So we don't have a lot of information, except that I remember the New Jersey album coming out, which was the one that came out after Slippery When Wet. I remember this because I was buying records a lot at this point, and those were always the records that would show up right in the front of the store when you walk in when they came out. In honor, they shared with such albums as Purple Rain, Robert Plant's Principle of Moments, the new U2 albums, Joshua Tree, Rattle and Hum. This is what I remember, Anyway, so I remember the time period. I remember them coming out and being slightly repulsed. Since that time, I've come to realize that actually John Bon Jovi had some pretty good compositions. And what I was really objecting to was the over-the-top production and the marketing of the band with the big, huge hair. I'm a little more forgiving these days. In fact, I've come to appreciate the band a bit. But Adrian, do you have, what's your experience with Bon Jovi in general?
Oh, what experience?
There you go. I think you said it better than I did, except that I was, I do remember it at the record stores. It was a massive hit. I think it went to number one, if I recall correctly. The album, 7 times platinum, according to this. Not bad. Yeah, they were a big band, and I understand. Richie Sambora was their guitar player. Yeah, so enough of my rambling. It does look like Naces has turned 16. That's the only real difference I see. Oh, Nisha is 15 now. Okay, just to update the ages. Stacy 12 and Ice, the drummer, 11. And it looks like Daddy's going to be in here. Sikan on bass and Sheena, the mother, on vocals. So another family affair. And we love it when it's the whole family. I mean, we love it either way, if it's just the kids or the whole family. But the whole family is kind of fun, so.
I hope they don't start traveling around on a psychedelic bus.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. The thing about the Philippines, though, is it's a bunch of islands. So you'd need a boat. I don't know. What do I know?
That makes sense.
Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This should be fun.
All right.
Okay, we will discuss afterwards.
That's what you get.
I like the new little logo at the end there. A lot of cool things about that, but Adrian, why don't you start?
Just as usual, it sounds like great classic rock sung by kids. I'm also kind of impressed by the gall these kids have to sing some of the lyrics that they do in a lot of these songs. And I say, well done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sometimes it's pretty funny, actually, depending on the context and who sang it originally. And like the Highway Star song was funny. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's not necessarily that they're kids. Like, we know they're kids. We know the backstory. And it sounds, you can tell that a little bit in those choruses because they were all in there twice, it looked like. You know, the nice big chorus. That's one thing I remember about the Bon Jovi production. Also, those keyboards. It's almost like after Born in the USA came out, that's when all of a sudden you got these big rock-sounding bands that had those keyboards behind them. Okay, so Adrian, maybe you can remind me, when in pop culture did bad become good? You know, like, oh, that set of wheels, it's so bad. Was that a thing in the 80s, or did that come later?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think I remember, hearing people use that word, to mean like really good or something. And I remember hearing it as early as 1984 anyway.
Okay. All right. So it was a thing. So maybe bad meant good. Because I remember at the time, bad medicine, oh, that almost sounds like drugs, man. I don't know. That's kind of what my thought was at the time. Well, that anything aside having to do with the judgments of all that, it sounded like, what is he shooting up? Is this crack? What is going on here? And it, there's a line in here about, I don't need no needle to be giving me a thrill. It's like, okay, I don't need no anesthesia or nurse to bring a pill. I got a dirty down addiction that doesn't leave a track. See? So maybe there was something to that. I got a Jones for your affection, like a monkey on my back.
Oh, yeah.
There ain't no paramedic going to save this heart attack. Okay, I have to admit, these lyrics must have been fun to write, and they're kind of fun to recite. But now I can kind of put this in its proper context, like so many bands, actually, that we've kind of revisited from back then that we didn't really listen to that much at the time, be it the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, whatever. Yeah, I actually could probably pick up a greatest hits of Bon Jovi at some point and actually enjoy, free of, being concerned about what other people will think of me owning a Bon Jovi CD. Bon Jovi? I thought you were cool, man. Like that kind of thing. Anyway, it's a fun, almost a toss-off of a song. Like, oh, babe, I'm so into you. You're my bad medicine, Come up with a little phrase like that to mean the same thing, and might get a hit song. Anyway, this was a lot of fun to watch them do. I cannot compare it to the original because I'm just not that familiar with the original. But that guitar solo sounded amazing.
Yeah,
that Nisha pulled off there, and I liked that she put in the dual. When she had the other part going. She was up twice on screen. I think it was a great idea to have them all double up on the backing vocals, and they looked like they were having a blast on the second backing vocal track.
I got to hear the original version just to compare it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that if it's possible. I assume that it's one of those bands that because I never hear about anybody saying, oh, Bon Jovi blocked, my video, but maybe we'll look into that just for fun. Being another band that we just paid absolutely no attention to at the time. This was the kind of band, you hear it come on the radio, you shut the radio off, or you you quickly change the channel. Quick, change the channel. No, I can't, suddenly my ears. I saw John Bon Jovi do a really cool acoustic song or two during that September the 11th concert, the one that happened soon afterwards that got broadcast all over. And I changed my opinion of him right then and there because I don't remember the exact songs he played, but it was perfect. Oh, one was "Living on a Prayer," and it was so much better than the big rock version that we all knew. Okay, that's enough about that. Well done to the family, and actually, I really enjoyed watching this family sing this song. You guys rock. We're gonna have to keep checking in with you. because every single time, whether or not we knew the song, liked the song, whatever, seems like we enjoy your renditions and the obvious joy you get out of playing them. That's awesome. The world needs more of that. Forgive us if we skipped a particular detail on anybody, but we were just enjoying the whole situation there. I mean, it just looked like a good time. It looked like a good day in the family household there. Oh, did you notice they moved ice, by the way? I almost wondered if Nacy's was like, he's killing my ear with that cymbal. Because he's got the hi-hat right there, right next to her, the way it used to be. But now he's like over, and most of his drums, I think, hit the wall, which is good. I mean, Nisha still gets a healthy dose, but everybody else is a little bit spared from the cymbals and all. So looked like a good move. If you all have an opinion on where they moved him, leave that below. I'd be interested in your thoughts. And as well, leave any suggestions you have and, of course, any thoughts you have on this. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. Okay? Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.